leading a team to support women. This is an interesting topic, and you get to hear it from Sue Derlago of Canaccord Genuity here on We Do Pay It Forward. Welcome. I'm Milena Radakovic, and this is We Do Pay It Forward. I hope you enjoyed the last episode. Today we have Sue Derlago with Canaccord Genuity. I'm so excited for you to hear her story. Welcome, Sue.
Thanks,
We're so
Milena.
excited to have you here.
Thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and your business?
I would love to. I'm a financial advisor that primarily focuses on working with women-led business owners or professionals that have complexity in their financial lives and need some guidance when it comes to their finances and managing all of those moving parts.
Fantastic. Now, I was in an event yesterday and it was all about women and investing. And it was interesting to know how a lot of women, and it talked about the different age groups, that it's not until a lot of women are in their 40s and 50s, they're realizing their husbands have been looking after financing. Not in my household, but majority of women are that. So I think I love the fact that you are aiming to support women, because it's so important for them to get a hold of their financing and plan for the future.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's great. Now, you came from a background in banking and you left that to go on your own. Tell us about that journey.
Yeah, earlier this year, I had been part of a large wealth management team with multiple partners, and I made a bold decision to step away from a well-established team and practice to start my own team that was able to really focus on the needs of specifically women entrepreneurs, women professionals, as they navigate all of those questions around investing and how to manage all of those things. So it was a big decision for me, but it's been so fantastic to be able to work specifically with that group, work on empowering and just giving women more control, more confidence, more clarity when it comes to their finances, because it touches so many aspects of our lives.
Oh, I agree 100%. One of the things I hear a lot from women entrepreneurs is when they've got their businesses established and then they're starting to think about like retirement or what's the next stage in their business, they don't have a lot of that plan, and having someone like you to support them and help them and walk through that, I think it would be very important. Now, you lead a team that you created on your own.
Correct.
Tell us a little bit about some of the hurdles that you had to go through to create the perfect team.
Well, we don't have enough time, right, to go through all of those. No team is perfect, and I think we're an evolving work in progress, but what was so critical to me in building out this team, and again, specifically to support women, is having a group that understands those challenges, that understands, some of the roadblocks or the barriers, right, that we might be facing as women, whether it's, differences in earning. We carry more of the burden and capacity for child rearing, for caring for aging parents, for just managing more of the household load. So how do we as women organize our finances, proactively start to put a roadmap in place that puts us in a position where you're going to have options as opposed to obligations, right? When it comes to money and finances and what that looks like in your family.
Oh, that's fantastic. I love everything that you said. And what are some tips for women that you could provide when they're starting to think about their financing?
Yeah, I think some of the initial things that I would think about is it's never too early to start building out a roadmap, right? Or building out a plan. And one of the things that I encounter a lot, and it's interesting because I work with women and their families, which may include their adult children, their husbands, but one of the things I see with women more commonly is they're fearful of getting started until I hit a certain benchmark or goal. Oh, I don't think I should talk to someone until I've had this many years in my business, or this many years in my career, or I have this size of an investment portfolio. And my counter, my feedback on that would be the earlier you start, the more empowered, right? The more knowledgeable you're going to be, and just put yourself in a position where you're creating choice, right? As opposed to obligations.
Yeah, no, that's a great advice. What would you say is the next journey as a leader in your building your team?
Yeah, that's always something that, we think a lot about. And as we're building out this team, I think one of the challenges or the evolution that we see is continuing to find, great people where our clients, and women in particular, are comfortable having these discussions with, don't feel judged, right? And when it comes to the world of investing and finance and taxes, it's all complicated. Everyone feels like they should know more, right?
Right.
And they might be embarrassed to, speak up or not want to have those conversations. And in building out our team, we're really looking to build it out with people who our clients are going to be comfortable having these conversations, being vulnerable to get everybody to a better place.
Oh, I love that. One of the words that you use is empowerment, and that's one of my core values that I believe in my lifestyle and the businesses that I create. Is I think empowerment, especially for women, is so important, and empowerment for having financial freedom is so important. So I think what you're doing is so powerful, and I think our audience is very grateful. And why don't you tell us, how can they get a hold of you? Because I think there's a lot of women, both entrepreneurs and businesswomen, that could use your guidance and start thinking about the future.
Yeah, absolutely. So the best way to reach out to me would be through our website at derlegowealthmanagement.ca, or through LinkedIn, Sue Derlego. We really do a lot to just post educational pieces, content, tips, things that are relevant right now in the world, to just help, again, put women in a position where they have more knowledge, develop more clarity and confidence when it comes to making decisions around their personal finances and their finances as it relates to their business.
And I love the fact that you said you got to start with a plan, because everybody has a different plan. Like for me, I've got a spouse, I have 2 kids, I have my dog.
Which are very important,
yes,
right?
Leaving certain things for him in the will. I'm just kidding. But then I have aging parents as well. And so my plan could be different for someone who's starting off in their career, someone who's just got a raise and trying to figure out what their financing is for planning for the future as they grow and have a family and so forth. And I really love that tip you gave. So I've got one last question for you, Sue.
Okay, I'm ready.
Who is a woman entrepreneur or a woman business leader that inspires you?
I would have to say Sheryl Sandberg. And for those of you that are earlier in your careers, maybe it's not someone that you've followed. She wrote a book several years ago now, Lean In.
Oh, that's right.
And I think I read that at the right time. I was just starting my career. Investing and finance tends to be very male dominated. And it was so fantastic for me to hear her perspective at that stage in my career. So I would have to say it's Sheryl Sandberg.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing. I'm excited for you to hear from Emily Levino. We have her next. Thanks everyone, and stay tuned for more. If you're inspired and want to join the We Do community, then go on WeDoCanada.com and also nominate and sponsor the next inspirational woman.